This week on the Movie Mob Podcast, what is James Gunn doing with the DC Universe? New trailers for Priscilla and Argylle, and stick around to hear our review of Ahsoka Season 1. Big Irish. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Movie Mob Podcast here, episode 68, and what a special episode it is, because we got Sam Reed back in studio. It's been a while. Sam, welcome back.
Thanks for having me back, guys.
Of course. We love having you. RJ here, Matt as always, Nick behind the camera. And we got a great episode here for Sam. You know, we're talking Ahsoka. We got some good news topics to kick it off with. Let's get into it. Movie news. How you doing? And obviously, a tough one. This is what? The third or second Harry Potter actor we've talked about who has passed away recently. Obviously, Hagrid.
But Alan Rickman, too.
Alan Rickman, too, a few years ago. It's tough, but Michael Gambon passed away, 82 years old. Long life, you know, great performance as Dumbledore. We talked about it with Hagrid, how much these characters mean to us because we grew up on these movies. So seeing him pass away like that, the second Dumbledore to pass away because he Richard Harris was his name, I think. Was it Richard? Who was the first?
I think so.
double?
Richard Harris.
And then who's his son was in Chernobyl. Yeah.
Richard Harris was in the movie, the Clint Eastwood movie with Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, he's a great actor too. And then Michael Gambon took over for the next final 6 movies. Great performance. I like them both as Dumbledore. What do you guys think of this, Matt?
Dude, Dumbledore is such a legend. Like, he's one of those names, like, everyone knows Dumbledore. You know, and everyone loves him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, at work, like, when this news dropped, I didn't even have to ask. Everyone was like, oh my God, and went over, and I saw everyone talking, and I just knew they were talking. Everyone was talking about Dumbledore. Dude, he's such, like, an iconic character, and I don't know, he's just cool, he's clever, he's always helping out Harry in all the movies, and, dude, he's honestly iconic.
He is.
You know what I mean? So, it's sad to see, but like you said, you know, it's pretty cool. He'll always be remembered for these movies.
Yeah.
Like 50 years from now, like, kids are going to watch these movies and, like, see his performance, which is pretty cool.
And he, like, seamlessly transitioned from the previous actor, Richard Harris, too. Like, you don't
They're
really...
a little different, but, like, he's got a little more energy, a little bit more, you know, obviously he's younger.
I can't see Richard Harris doing what he did later.
He couldn't do what in Half-Blood Prince.
Yes,
Order of the Phoenix, all that stuff. So, legendary performance, man. Sad to see.
Yeah, Sam, how you feeling?
He was the face of Hogwarts.
He was.
There you go.
Simple as that.
He's phenomenal. Well, that's the thing. It's like everyone. It's Dumbledore.
You
know, he's the big guy there. Nick, what'd you think about this? Sad, obviously, but
yeah, it's sad. It's tragic. You know, 82 years old. Robbie Coltrane was 72. So that's obviously, you know, it's always sad when anybody dies.
But
young.
Alan Rickman, how old was Alan Rickman?
Allie just should have looked that up too. Yeah, I just
I'll look it up
Robbie
right now.
Coltrane. Alan Rickman was super young. But big fan. I'm a bigger fan. Might be a hot take, controversial. I'm a bigger fan of Richard Harris as Dumbledore.
Really?
Me too.
But I think it's a weird thing because we needed. If you're a big fan of Harry Potter and you've watched all the movies, like the arc of the stories and how like different of a Dumbledore you need for the later 5. And you need this sentimental grandfather, sweet caretaker, old man for the first 2.
I agree. Yeah.
So like Richard Harris was that, you know, when Harry's super young, and then you have a more mature Harry, and you have this guy who's a wartime Dumbledore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was.
That's a good way to put it.
He was.
No, but that's a great point because with Prisoner of Azkaban, when he takes over, that's when the movies start getting darker.
Speed up.
But those first 2 movies are very much like kids kind of centric movies, and Richard Harris was perfect for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they each brought unique parts of the character, which was great. But it's a shame. You know, we got Snape up there now. Dumbledore and Hagrid, the big 3, and forget her name.
McGonagall?
No, not McGonagall.
No.
She's still kicking. Maggie Smith, she's still going
from
strong.
Polly from Peaky Blinders.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
She was Malfoy's mom.
Yes, yeah. She passed away as well. She was very young too. I think she was in her 50s.
Cancer, right?
I believe so. Yeah,
That's a shame.
but
Cancer sucks.
Listen, they're gonna live on through these movies. They got a big following, obviously. So
that is one thing that's really cool about this industry is like you make your mark. You know, if you're a painter or like an artist that makes, you know, a traditional type of artist, right? Your sculptor, whatever. Like you live on through your artwork.
Yeah.
But with these, like You really live on.
Yeah,
Think about it. His great grandchildren will be able to
Yeah.
see him talking on screen,
cool.
like
Yeah.
performing as something. It's a cool. I don't know. It's a cool thing, but it is sad. But at least we got some good stuff out of him.
Right.
You know.
I'll be watching some Harry Potter during the holidays. You know,
Yeah.
We'll be
Amen.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that
Happy
time.
Christmas, Harry.
Amen.
You know.
And good luck HBO recasting Dumbledore.
Oh,
you guys
fuck,
suck.
yeah, I know.
Actually, I love HBO. But
I
don't,
do love
Don't do that
HBO.
show. You guys stupid.
Yeah.
All right. Next.
Yeah. Focus on the penguin.
Speaking of
okay?
stupid, James Gunn. I feel we've been talking about the DCU for a while now. You know, we've been all casting stuff, some movies planned. We haven't gotten anything yet. Obviously, Aquaman's coming out, unfortunately, and then it'll start, I believe. But James Gunn came out on Twitter. There's been a lot of debate. People are like, "Well, are these people going to be recast? Is that some people coming back, some not?" Henry Cavill obviously has been recast by Robert Cornsweet.
David Cornsweet.
David
okay.
Cornsweet.
No
Whoops.
problem.
I was blanking on it. And then
I have these one by one. That's why they're not up yet. Just so you know.
there were rumors of Gal Gadot coming back as well to play Wonder Woman.
Like
still.
that.
So people are like, well, if you're recasting, why are you taking some of these characters before? Why'd you get rid of Henry Cavill?
Picking and choosing.
A lot of confusion. He added a bit more confusion to it the other day, but some clarity. And he revealed 4 actors that will be portraying the same characters going forward. First one is John Cena as Peacemaker. All right, and there's a trend here with these characters. Second one's Viola Davis as Amanda Waller. The third one is, I'm going to butcher this name, Zolo Mariduena. Not terrible. As
Cobra
Blue
Kai.
Beetle. Is he in Cobra Kai?
Oh yeah, he's like the main kid.
Oh, really?
Sensei
I didn't know
Lawrence.
that.
Yeah.
And then Freddie Stroma as Vigilante. Now, what's the trend here?
They're all gun guys.
Yep, other than Blue Beetle. But
Oh no, even him. That was like released under gun,
Yes.
the gun administration.
So people are, I think rightfully so, being like, well, it's kind of weird that you recasted Henry Cavill, but all the guys that you have from your own show, you're going to keep around. It's a bit interesting. A little bit of a bias, maybe. What do you guys think of this?
Well, I don't think this is really new. I feel like we all assume all these people are coming back.
Yeah, now
You know
he
what I
just
mean?
confirmed it because he did say Peacemaker Season 2. He's starting to write that now.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. I like all these actors. I feel like they're all great in their roles.
But you don't think
I don't
it's
hate it.
weird?
No.
Like if they're going to reboot and they're not going to like, because he said that what happens before is not going to count. So like the Blue Beetle movie won't be canon, but he's still going to be Blue Beetle. If that makes sense.
I guess that is a little weird.
Right?
Yeah.
Because you just think if you were doing clean slate, wouldn't you want just clean slate? Especially if Gal Gadot comes back as Wonder Woman?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess so. At this point, I feel like it's a shit show. So it's whatever. You know, he's just picking and choosing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really care. I don't really care about the connected. I just want to see good movies and good
Amen.
products.
That's a good point.
So if they put, I don't care who's playing what. As long as it's good.
If the movies are good, people show up.
I don't care. You
Yeah.
know, Marvel did it perfectly. That'll never be done again, probably.
No. Lightning in a bottle. Sam, what do you think of this? Is this weird to you?
No, I think this is like a true rebuild for James Gunn. Like, he's keeping his key pieces that he wants. So obviously these 4, and then he's picking and choosing who he wants to fill these roles. Like he knows what he's doing. Like you've seen him with his other pieces, like Guardians of the Galaxy. Like when he finds his people, he's sticking with those guns.
With his boys.
But if he doesn't like how they're performing and their portrayal of the characters that he's creating, then he's going to move on.
Yeah.
So that's why he chose to have these 4 come back as a part of his bigger picture.
Mm-hmm.
It's just going to be very interesting to see who fills the otother roles for the rest of the DCU.
Yeah. I'm starting to think he maybe didn't like Henry Cavill.
I think he definitely. Not even didn't like. Maybe just doesn't think he's good.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
That could be too.
I think he thinks he's too old. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, that definitely is going to play. I mean, Nick, obviously you're not a huge superhero movie guy,
No,
but
I'm not.
we've been talking about James Gunn a lot. So what do you think of this?
Yeah, I mean the Henry Cavill thing. So Viola Davis, what's her character? Like, what is that?
She's like
Amanda Waller.
CIA or
She's
something.
like
She's
the
like
head.
the head of the CIA.
But she's dirty.
So it doesn't.
You know,
but it
she's-
doesn't. Right, of course, right.
Yeah.
But it doesn't. It doesn't change anything how old she gets.
No.
With John Cena, we might see something in 10 years. He might not be able to do the same thing, but he wears a mask on his face. Blue Beetle is supposed to be super young, and he's a brand new character that they just did the movie about and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one's got a mask all over his face. But Henry Cavill or Superman as a character is bare. I mean, he's got to be. It's a certain look. You can't
fake
you know, right?
Yeah.
So I think that kind of makes sense. And like we've said a million times, David Cornsweet's 29 years old. He can be if they make a bunch of Superman stuff, you've got a Superman for a decade at least. And
Yeah.
So I don't know, but Henry Cavill, he's also not a wannabe. He's a know-it-all, right? He wants to. He knows everything about everything all the time, and that's probably a pain in the ass to work with, especially when they're 50 and they're supposed to be playing somebody who's 25.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I guess for me, it's just like mentally when I'm like thinking clean slate, I'm just like wipe it all. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Don't leave any strings attached, but. There's definitely a way to make it work, but you're going to carry a little baggage with you because people are going to think about those older movies.
Do me a favor.
Yeah.
Just watch let's see what the Superman, let's see what it looks like.
We got to wait.
Let's see how it comes out.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you change it.
I know. I probably will. I hope it's good. I'm rooting for it. I don't want it to be bad.
Of course not. We don't want anything to be bad. But
have you seen Peacemaker, Nick? No. I think you'd like it a lot.
John Cena?
No, I actually think you'd like it. You watched
I
it,
love
right?
Peacemaker. Yeah,
Did you see it, Sam?
No.
It was,
it's
it was
good. I
excellent.
think
Is it
both
on
you-
Max?
Yeah.
I'll watch it.
It's actually really good.
And it's very
really good.
removed. It's like not.
Yeah.
I think you'd like
It's
it.
actually awesome. That was a great show.
It's like R-rated, very
Okay.
risque.
All right.
Yeah.
It was
I'll take a
awesome.
look.
Yes.
I'll take a look.
It
You
was really
sold
good.
me. Sold.
Sold. Discussion. All right, let's get into it. We got 2 trailers today. Speaking of Henry Cavill, now obviously we were very frustrated last week because they said the Argylle trailer was coming out, and then it came out at like 8 at night. I feel like if you're gonna say it's coming out, give me a 2 p.m. I want to wake up and see that trailer.
Might drop midnight on the night before or whatever,
sure.
like you do the full day. This is when it comes out.
But we saw that stupid teaser they did with the bad CGI cat. We got a full trailer now, and I gotta be honest, I did not expect it to be what this is.
Right.
No, I did not.
When
at
I
all.
read the description, I thought we were getting like a spy thriller with Henry Cavill and Dua Lipa.
That's what I
and I'm
thought,
like,
We are still too, a little bit.
a little bit, yeah. But it basically is Bryce Dallas Howard is a author, and she writes spy novels. Argylle is the Henry Cavill character that she writes, and then it seems like the events of her books are starting to actually happen in real life, and Sam Rockwell's an agent.
Sam Jackson is
Sam Jackson, great cast. Matthew Vaughn from the Kingsman movies, good director. I don't know. What do you think about this, Sam? This is a little weird, no?
Yeah, it's a bit out there.
Yeah.
I'd say it's definitely not what we first envisioned.
Yes.
Like when they were giving us hints about what this movie is. But will I go see it? Yeah, it's
Good
probably
reviews. Sam's there.
It's probably worth a watch.
Okay. Matt, what do you think? Because obviously you get a bit of a bias here. It's
yeah,
Cavill and
yeah.
Dua Lipa. Dua Lipa look great. What'd you think?
How can she not?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh man, people say there's not a god. Are you kidding? Have they seen Dua Lipa?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I did think it was gonna be like a spy thriller with like Henry Cavill as the main guy and then Dua Lipa as his piece.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's gonna be nice. You know what I mean?
There ain't nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong with that. It's gonna be definitely a quirky kind of, kind of a little bit out there movie. Not what I was expecting at all, but I think it still could be entertaining. You know
Definitely.
what I mean?
Matthew Vaughn's an entertaining guy.
Yeah. It'll be like quirky, kind of weird. You know what I mean? A little bit different. Like not gonna recommend this movie to my mom. I don't think. Be a little too much for me madre. But I mean, dude, at the end of the day, Dua Lipa's in it. Henry Cavill, even the other Sam Jackson, Sam Ross. It's a good cast. So if this comes
John
out
Cena again,
and like people are saying it's pretty good, I'll go see it.
Nick, what'd you think? Because I watched this and I'm like, Nick's gonna hate this.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well, it's a big, expensive thing. It reminds me somewhat of that movie that came out with Gal Gadot recently on Netflix, the one that was just a big action thing for no reason. I like the concept. It's an original. It seems like it's an original concept. Yeah. So it's the storybook, everything you said. But the sets look amazing and huge. I wasn't a fan of Cavill in this because
what's up with his hair?
That's what I was
they
gonna
made
say.
his hair. I didn't like that either.
The haircut. I like that slick James Bond,
Yeah.
you know,
I don't like how they dressed
Clark
him.
Kent kind of look. I think that looks great on him. And then it just made his head look really elongated.
It did,
and
yeah.
spiky and
They
weird.
screwed with Cavill.
Yeah.
What the hell?
You know, I'm not a fan of that. And it doesn't, like, when you think of, like, a slick spy, like a secret agent man, you know, you think of that slick hair. You don't think of Spiky McGee.
I agree.
What the fuck is that? So I was a little disappointed with that. But the concept is interesting, you know. The book, she writes the book, and then I feel like that's something that would happen, because we never know, right? Like, what could happen. But I feel like if you were to write let's say you wrote a script, RJ, and you were wrote a script for a movie or whatever, and then it somehow got in the hands of the CIA, and they think you have like insider
Yeah,
information
yeah.
about something. They imagine you get called. You go, I don't know. What do you mean?
It's like too on the nose. Yeah.
Right. I liked the scene in the trailer where Cavill grabs the. Or no, it's not Cavill. It's the other guy there. He was in
Rockwell.
Sam Rockwell.
Yes. Yeah. And I like that.
He's a
I
good
like
actor.
Sam Rockwell's
I thought that was
great. I like him a lot.
a cool scene
Iron
when they're in
Man
the
too.
parachuting out of the train and everything.
I mean,
thought that
the
was
cat
interesting.
looks like shit. I feel like the cat's maybe not going to have a too big of a role, but it is in the poster, so I don't know.
Yeah. The cat. It's I don't know. It gives me vibes of what's the whodunit movie that everybody loved a couple years ago?
Knives Out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gives me that look.
it does have
it has that look
It does
to the
have
whole
that look.
thing.
The colors.
Yeah, the colors and the cat thing, and does the cat really matter? And
right.
No.
I think is
Definitely.
the cat going to be Argylle? Because Sam Jackson says like it's time for you to meet the real Agent Argylle.
And it's
You
a
know,
cat.
it could be fun if it was a cat.
I mean,
don't know.
Matthew Vaughn did the Kingsman movies.
Yeah.
Sam, you've seen those, right?
Yeah, they're pretty
They're
good.
pretty out there, though, right?
They are. There's certain elements to those movies that are just like, why is this like a part of this movie?
Yeah. They get a lot of like violent action. Yeah.
Violent
I like that.
action, a lot of funny bits that you wouldn't expect
Yeah.
the movie to have, like dirty,
Yeah,
funny
yeah.
jokes.
Isn't Sam L in that too?
He is.
Yeah,
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 he's
yeah.
in the first one, I
Mhm.
believe.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't think it looked bad. I like.
It
I
reminds
like,
me.
You know.
I was saying in the car, The Lost City came out
Oh, yeah.
2022. Is a Sandra Bullock, Channing Tatum movie.
Mm.
Very similar concept though. Sandra Bullock is an author,
Mm.
and Channing Tatum is like the cover model for the books. But then
okay.
like they get swept into this like thing that turns into like kind of like one of her books.
Oh, okay.
And it's very similar. So when I was watching this, I'm like, huh, that's interesting. Just a coincidence, probably. But
Is this going to be a Top Gun Maverick? Of course not.
No,
Like, it's
yeah.
not going to be a smash hit success. But I think it could be a quirky, cool kind of film. I'll put it this way. I would not go to the theater. I would absolutely watch it. When the
Netflix
day
watch.
it's on Netflix, when it pops up on the homepage of Netflix, I will absolutely watch it.
I agree with
you
that.
know?
Yeah.
Like, why not?
I'm with that.
I just
you know?
think everyone was expecting
Dude,
the Cavill
yeah.
spy, the Cavill
Yeah.
Bond movie.
Because that's what everybody really
Yeah.
wants deep down. you
I'm
know?
just worried that like he's gonna have 10 minutes of screen time, and the majority of this is gonna take place within the present. You know what I'm saying? They'll have little flashes. I don't know.
Yeah, that's actually.
Because if he's a
that'd be big
fictional character, like how much are they gonna?
thing. Give me a 50-50 split.
All right,
At least.
I'd like that.
Yeah.
I'd like that. I don't know. Maybe they're easing Dua Lipa into her acting role.
Oh, come on.
You know, hey, you gotta ease. You know, you don't know. She looked good though.
She looked great.
Well, we got one final trailer here, and it's ironic because Sam, the last time you were on, we did talk about the teaser trailer for Priscilla. You weren't too excited about it. You didn't think we needed this movie. Now this trailer comes out, we get a bit more info because we were like, why are we getting this movie after we just got Austin Butler's Elvis? We see this trailer, and it's definitely taken a bit of a less positive spin on Elvis. Priscilla, I don't know exactly how old she was, but she was pretty young. I think she was in high school, right?
Yeah, she was not old.
No, when Elvis started dating her, and they're taking that side of the story here, and they're being like, well, maybe Elvis was a bit of a predator, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, and nobody wants to be looked at like a predator.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's not. I mean,
So-
it's not going to be Baz Luhrmann's Elvis. That's
Right.
It's Sofia Coppola's Elvis right here.
A24 is Elvis
Yes.
too.
So they're
Very
not
dark.
going to hold back. Jacob Elordi, I thought we didn't hear him,
We did.
but he sounded good. Does he look like Elvis?
We did hear him.
No, we didn't hear him in the first trailer.
Oh, okay. I'm like, bro,
Yeah,
did
no,
you
yeah,
watch
yeah.
the trailer?
Yo,
Yeah.
I thought he sounded good. Does he look good? I don't
I
know.
think he
Austin
does.
Butler really didn't look like Elvis either, if we're being honest. Like, just his face. Like, when they put the makeup on him later in the movie. But, like, just, you know, it's all about how you embody him. What did you think? You didn't like him?
I saw a lot of Euphoria in it. That's all.
Yeah,
It's very, yeah.
No, that's how he is in Euphoria because he seems like from the outside perspective. Like in Euphoria, he's like the star athlete. You know what I mean? Like the typical like high. But then he's like a psychopath behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Like almost like scary.
As annoying as Austin Butler was during the interview process, like the press releases and everything, where he still like lived as the character and all that shit.
Yeah.
I will say the one thing that Austin Butler was very good at, like the one thing he did very well, was embody that voice.
Yes.
I didn't get a lot. And it's difficult, I'm sure, because Jacob Lloyd is Australian, you know.
Mhm.
But like, I just didn't hear a lot of that twang, that
Right.
like Elvis.
And I'm sure we're not going to get, like, the big set pieces of him on stage
No.
as much as we did in that movie.
right.
Where Austin Butler could showcase the movements and stuff. But, Sam, you change your mind at all now? You still not going to see this one?
Well, I'll probably not go to the theater.
Yep.
I feel like this would be more it's a rainy day outside.
Yep.
You're scrolling through your streaming services like Netflix, HBO, Prime. You're looking for something.
You're like, fuck
you,
Elvis.
you can't find anything, especially that's like new and relevant.
Mhm.
And then you see
You've
this
watched
pop
Argylle
up.
3 times.
Yeah.
You go.
This pops up, and
It
you're
doesn't
like,
have a CGI
okay,
cat. All right.
I'll give it a watch just because.
Yeah.
It's something new. Maybe like it might be good, so we'll give it a watch then.
Yes.
But I'm not gonna be rushing to the theater.
Yep.
To see this.
You're gonna get out of bed, say maybe.
Yeah, it depends on the environment. Let's just say that depends on the day. How
Yeah.
are you feeling?
Well, I mean, interesting environment though. This movie, I'll tell you.
So I have questions for you. Have you researched this movie at all?
I know that
haven't,
Sofia
that's why I'm
Coppola is
asking.
directing it. I know it's A24. I know the actors in it. I think
Okay.
it's based on a book, right?
I don't know. I wasn't.
think it
That
is.
wasn't a gotcha.
I think it's based on a book that she wrote.
It is. I think that's what you
So-
said last time. Is her accounts of how Elvis was actually like.
So if that's true, then I guess it's not as weird, because if this was like Blonde and it was like a fictional book and they made Elvis look like a dick,
Yeah.
and when it like you have no evidence of that, but if
Right,
she wrote it,
right.
maybe, I don't know.
So this is the thing. So that's what I don't know, because what's her name? Lisa Marie just died right after the
Yeah,
release
yeah.
of Elvis. Thank God she got to see it. You know, can you imagine? Like that would suck if you died right before the movie about your famous father, single name father. I don't know though. It's like there's got to be some. I just wonder if there's any pushback. I know it's kind of political. I don't mean like left right political, but just socially political. I don't know if it's to have this Elvis movie with Austin Butler. I mean, where he's like the king of everything, and they made him look so positive, and then to have literally the next year you have something comes out that's like.
That is interesting.
And what is the point of? Was he abusive? Was it drugs?
That's what we're gonna find out. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is why I'm asking.
I mean,
like, what
listen,
was
the age thing. The bottom line is it doesn't make it right, but at the time, that stuff was a lot more common.
I mean, my grandparents got married at 17,
so you have to look at it from like a cultural point of when this took place too.
Sure.
But obviously today, people are gonna be like, "Oh my God, that was like," but it's different times, so it's based off Elvis and Me by Priscilla Presley.
Yeah.
It says in the book, Priscilla talks about meeting Elvis, their marriage, and the factors and issues that led to their divorce. So, I don't know. But obviously, if it's a biography written by the person,
Her account.
it's her account. There's going to be her own biases, just like if Elvis wrote his own biography, there would be biases.
But he was too stoned half the time to write anything.
So, I don't know. I mean, I'm intrigued now. Now that I saw this trailer and saw that they're going to go that direction with it, I was like, okay, I'm interested, because we had already seen that other side of Elvis.
The
with
glorified.
The other movie. Yeah.
Elvis is awesome.
This is what I want more. I mean, we talked about the biopics about artists. Like, don't just give me the music video. Give me some more stuff about their life. So,
A24.
Yeah, I'm going to watch this.
Listen, I don't know if he was a good guy or a bad guy. I don't know him personally. I'm not big on trashing people. That's all.
True.
Sure.
I want to see the reality. We know he was on drugs, like killed him, but we don't need to like smear him. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's necessarily, maybe it's just me. I've never, if I have a problem with you, Arj, and you know this, if I have a problem with you, I tell you right here. I'll call you out on the show. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm big on you. But if you're not here, or God forbid something happen to you, I'm not gonna like start like shit talking you when you can't even defend yourself. Like,
right.
I don't know. That's all.
Well,
That's
this book
weird.
was written in 1985, so like I feel like if there was really some bad stuff in this book, we would have known about it already.
That's what I'm thinking.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there's going to be stuff that you're going to have to debate whether what side you fall on, but I don't think there's anything groundbreaking going to be in this.
Right. No, I'll watch
public knowledge.
I will say that the look of this film is what I wish Baz Luhrmann's was.
Yeah. Baz gets a little crazy.
Yeah, a little acid trippy.
But
yeah.
All right, so Ahsoka, we're back. Matt and I, we talked about the first half of the season a few weeks ago, but now we get the finale. We finished it. It's over. Season 1's done, and that's why I really wanted you on today, Sam, to talk about Ahsoka, because you're a Rebels guy. Matt's not a Rebels guy, but I think we both enjoyed it based off the past episodes we watched. But Sam, I'm going to start with you. What'd you think of this finale?
I thought it was a good finale. Based on what we've seen so far over the course of this 8-episode series, I really like how they started, and I like how it comes kind of full circle at the end. Like, it still gives you a little bit of wanting more, with that ending. But I do like how they made it full circle. Like Ahsoka finally completes all her training. She's now like a full-on Jedi. And, you know, the best is yet to come with her and her Padawan, Sabine. And I like the direction that they're heading with this. I'm assuming they're probably going to make a season 2.
Well, yeah, I was going to say it definitely feels like the end of a season, not series.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. But we had talked about, Matt, last time we talked about the Dave Filoni movie.
We did.
That this is building up to. But I think, to your point, Sam, I think we'll probably get a season 2 of this show before that. Because I think that movie's supposed to come out in 2025, so we still have a while. And they'll probably push it, knowing Disney. But what do you think? Would you want a season 2? I think they left some stuff.
There should be a season 2. The way they left it, it was not resolved, RJ.
It definitely was not.
Nothing was resolved. Not one character's arc was resolved. There has to be a season 2.
I mean, I think we could have put money down that Thrawn was going to escape, right? Yeah. That was going to happen.
Dude, everything they said, no, there has to be. If there's not a season 2, that'd be extremely disappointing.
Right.
Everyone's arc. I mean, Ahsoka and Sabine are still trapped on the planet.
Yep. They just switch places with that.
Yeah, literally. They're still trapped. Thrawn's like, now he's released.
Right.
And, you know, Balon and the Apprentice are just kind of each on their own.
Yeah.
You know, so nothing, like it was a good season, but nothing got resolved. It has to be.
Did you like the finale, though, overall?
I did. I don't think it was like an amazing finale. Like, it was good. It was good, though. I enjoyed it. I like it if there's a season 2. You know what I mean? Because it keeps you wondering, all right, like, what's Ahsoka and Sabine? You know, there are questions that need to be answered.
Yep.
There's a reason to tune back in season 2. You know what I mean? Some shows, they do it. They leave it as like there is like a resolution. So like if the show got canceled or stopped, you know, there's an ending, but like they could also bring it back. I like that they left it. There's clearly a plan for a season 2, which I like because there are questions that need to be answered. Great word right there, plan.
Thank you. Because it does feel like there's actually a plan, unlike the sequel trilogy where it seemed like they were kind of meandering around.
No plan.
Seems like Filoni's got a plan.
Yep.
You mentioned Balin and Shin. I think they were probably both our favorite characters. I don't know, Sam, were you a fan of them, new additions?
I like Balin.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do we think of Shin?
She's okay. She's not my favorite.
You don't like Shin?
No.
Why not?
She's a little demonic.
That's
I think
why
she's more of
that's why I like her.
Asajj Ventress. I'm getting those kind of vibes. Right, you know, like darker, kind of remains in the shadows. Doesn't like to respect the orders of her master.
Yes.
I feel like she respected. I feel like she listened every time.
Well, she was hesitant early on in, what was it, episode 4, when she wanted to take out Sabine.
Yeah. She's a bit of a hothead.
Yeah.
I like that.
We said the other week that it's kind of like Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan, but like dark side versions of them.
Yeah.
To the extreme. But Balin, I think, was great. Like, all his dialogue was probably the best written dialogue in the series. And then we leave on a cliffhanger there. A lot of Lord of the Rings vibes. Didn't you get that? Like, them on the, like, horses.
Oh, yeah.
And then at the end, when he's standing on the Mortis God statue, that looked like those pillars that they, you know, in Fellowship. Remember they go in, they see the statues. So I like that. Definitely, obviously, Ahsoka is like Gandalf. She switches the colored robes and all that. So a little heavy-handed, but I enjoyed it.
Do you think they should recast Balon?
Right.
Or do you think they should just, you know, because they could just like, you know, forget about him. You know what I mean?
If he wasn't such a great character and if they didn't leave it up there to what's next, I would say no, but I think you need to, right?
Recast
There's a
him.
season 2. That was a huge little cliffhanger they left there. Like, what is he searching for?
Yeah.
What do you think, Sam? Would you recast him?
No. I mean, I like him, honestly.
Well, did you know the actor died? That would, that's
why
Ray Stevenson passed away like right after they finished.
Dude, he was so good. Such a great voice, too.
People have thrown in Gerard Butler or Liev Schreiber, who played Sabretooth.
I feel like there's already enough CGI as it is, so it wouldn't make sense to have him CGI. So I'd say I'd lean more with you guys and recast him.
Versus a deep fake. Yeah, I feel like, too, right after, if he died so soon, too, it'd be weird.
It doesn't make sense. It wouldn't look good. And I feel like the story doesn't feel like natural.
How about Dave Chappelle? Like just picture like Dave Chappelle is like a Sith Lord.
Hey, if he's right for the role, all right.
Like he comes in, he goes, "Hey, stop right there."
But Ray Stevenson, he was great. He's going to be sorely missed, definitely. What do you think? You got any theories, Sam? What's calling out the Balin?
Dude, Anthony at the gym we go to, he's got a lot of theories.
Oh, he does. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard all about it.
What? What's he
His
got?
theories. I don't want to go into the particulars.
I've heard like Abeloth, who's a Legends character, like this evil like Force wielder female could be. I've heard Palpatine. I'd rather it not be Palpatine. No thanks.
No Palpatine.
If I had to guess though, it's probably got something to do with the Mortis gods.
It's just a little too nerdy for this. Is because I'm a big nerd. This is.
Have you watched the Clone Wars though? Do you remember the Mortis episodes?
Dude,
yeah,
I get nothing.
Well, Sam, you know the Mortis episodes,
Yes.
right? Well, because there's a theory now that Anakin is the father, right? He replaced it. Ahsoka's the daughter, and then the son could be Balin, and maybe he's going to fill that void there. What do you think?
Well, if this is what Nick,
I mean, it would make sense. I mean, they did show Anakin at the end there.
Yeah,
so
right, which was great. What a great that made me smile.
That was
yeah.
That was nice. I was kind of watching a baseball game at the same time.
Okay,
and then when that happened, I muted the game.
Right,
and I
hit a little rewind.
Yeah, I did. I did the 30-second rewind, and I watched the full scene.
Now, what'd you think of the Hera and Ezra reunion? Did you
like
feel like that was kind of awkward?
Every reunion's been awkward. I think the writing and the pacing, like when Sabine and Ezra reunite, it was just kind of weird.
That didn't mean a lot to me. Those are probably my two least favorite, not least favorite, but probably the two characters I'm least interested in.
Yeah.
I also haven't seen Rebels, so I don't have any attachment to them.
sense.
But I just found they were the least interesting. Maybe the actors too. You know.
Well, what'd you think of all the actors? How they translated to live action?
I don't really like the casting that much.
Of all of them?
Yeah.
Wow. Sabine, I think Sabine at times is a little like monotone, but I like Ezra. I think
I thought the casting was excellent. I thought Thrawn was great. Yeah. Ahsoka was great.
Thrawn, yeah.
Balon, the what's her name? The demonic one I love.
Shin.
She was great.
Yeah. But in terms of like Rebels characters brought to live action, I think he's saying that.
I don't fucking know.
But Lars Mikkelsen did play Thrawn in the animated series too.
Yeah.
So that was nice.
So that's a nice callback to the show, but like Ahsoka herself, I don't really like her mannerisms that much. Like I
People
feel
have
like
said that.
she's not as like energetic and passionate as she once was.
Yeah.
Like especially in Rebels, looking to what we're seeing now in this series. Like she seems like she doesn't really care too much. Like the passion's all gone, and like she just has this dark presence to her that she doesn't really like, want to pursue anything. Like especially she's very hesitant about training Sabine.
Right.
Like when they first reunite, you can tell there's a lot of tension there. Like I don't really want to go through with this. Like I could care less.
Well, I think the word we used last time was stoic.
I like
very
it.
Stoic.
I like it though.
But I to fight back on that,
She's
because a
wise.
lot of people have said that same thing. I've seen it on Twitter. People are complaining about how
X.
like kind of just straight she is.
Saw it on X.
On X, yeah. You could argue that she's obviously much older than we saw her now, and she's been through so much more.
Been through a lot of shit.
I will say she does. Yeah, there's some little smiles and stuff, but other than that, it's very by the book there. But I've enjoyed her. But I think she doesn't have the presence that Ahsoka in the animated series did.
Yeah.
She carried some of that. What did you think of Thrawn, Matt, overall? Because you didn't know him.
No, I have no idea.
You didn't know him.
Dude, I thought he was great.
Yeah.
Dude, he's like, because I feel like the scariest villains aren't the one who are screaming and like, look at me.
Yeah.
The ones that are like quieter and just like precise and cunning. I feel like that was, dude, I'm telling you, I got Gus Fring vibes.
Oh, definitely.
You know what I mean? He doesn't yell at anything. He kind of only like pauses when he talks to. He thinks about
see
it.
his brain working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I feel like, I don't know. I liked Thrawn. I thought he was cool.
I think all the villains were good. I think Morgan was good. I was actually kind of bummed she died there. I think the Night Sisters are pretty cool. I didn't expect to see them in live action. What are you saying there, man?
I feel like someone had to die in this season.
Yeah, someone did have to die.
You know?
I thought for a minute it was going to be Sabine.
In the beginning?
Yeah, did you think that too?
Yeah,
Like-
when I first saw that episode originally, I thought she was a
you're
goner.
talking about when she gets stabbed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but obviously in Star Wars, unless you're Qui-Gon, you survive everything.
She messed up. Bro.
Qui-Gon got a bad rap. I
Yeah,
think he just wanted to go.
Terrible.
I don't
He
blame
was
him.
ready to go.
He had the right idea.
Here's the one issue I had, probably the biggest thing. Sabine being force sensitive. I didn't need it.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Because, like, all right, you want to have her wield a lightsaber and all that stuff, but, like, did she really? I thought they were going to do it because they were teasing, like, will she have the force or not? And then she did get
everyone
it.
in her brother's a Jedi, RJ.
And then she can push Ezra over to a, like,
that was bullshit.
Come on.
That was bullshit.
It should have been Ezra doing it.
That scene pissed me off.
Yeah.
Because you know what? In the original Star Wars and the prequel, this is me, old man, but they never could do shit like that. The ship took off. That was it. You're done.
Yeah.
You can't. No one's jumping like that. You're not jumping like that unless you're Jar Jar Binks in Lego Star Wars.
Yeah.
Or General.
You get a big fan.
No, that was bullshit, and I didn't like it, and they shouldn't have included that scene.
What'd you think, Sam?
Well, I was gonna say I totally agree with what he's saying. It's like in the new trilogy that was made,
Happy
like
with Sam on today.
the 4 sensitive children on that one planet.
Yeah.
I forget the name of it. It's the casino,
Yeah,
the gambling one.
But
But you got the kids in the barn that can like be force wielders. It's like, what are we
kid.
doing?
F the kids.
I will say Disney has like really demystified the Force.
They have.
And
That's a great way to put it, RJ.
Thank you.
They have demystified the Force.
Well, yeah, they've made it. They made it less interesting.
Yeah.
They made it less
mysterious,
exclusive.
Yeah.
For a character like Sabine, who literally Shin says to her in one of those episodes, like she doesn't sense any Force in her, and then all of a sudden she can push Ezra over.
Yeah, I don't like that.
What'd you think of Ezra though? I thought he was good. I thought the casting was good. I thought sometimes the writing and the dialogue wasn't great.
I don't know. He was fine.
Looked a bit like Jesus.
Yeah. Listen,
I like it.
No, I don't know. He's fine. I really, I don't know. I'm not as interested in him. Maybe it's just because he got introduced late. I don't know. Rebels.
And it makes sense. If you haven't seen Rebels,
Yeah.
it's tough to connect.
He's fine. You know?
I did like seeing like Ahsoka, Sabine, and him like all with the lightsabers fighting the night troopers.
That was a cool scene.
The zombie troopers.
That was a cool scene.
Yeah, I like that.
It was a good sequence.
I'm trying to think of what else went down. I mean, that was pretty much it. It was all on that planet, those last few episodes.
You know what was very cunning? So going back to the Thrawn topic.
Yes.
So when they're approaching the ship that's about to take off for light speed, and like he's getting away, and Ahsoka and Sabine are in the ship chasing him. The stuff that he says about how he's already won, and like you're very easy to read, like your master, like you follow right into his footsteps. I was like, wow.
Well, the line that I love that he said was to Ahsoka was like, "I wonder how similar you'll become," because Thrawn's like the only person within the Empire that knew Anakin became Vader. Because like no one knew that at that time, so I thought that was cool that they made reference to that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm excited for season 2. Listen, I feel like all these Disney Plus series, even the Marvel ones, the finales have not been great.
No.
They don't land well.
No, they don't.
This one, I think, landed pretty well. Obviously, it left more to be desired for a new season, but I was pretty happy with it.
I think it was definitely one of the better shows they've put out.
Where would you rank it in terms of the Star Wars ones we got?
I'd probably put it not ahead of Andor. I'd probably put it... See, Mando's tough because I love season 1.
But season 3.
Season 3, right now I'd probably put it 2 because season 3 was awful.
Would you put like Mando season 1 number 1?
Yes.
Yeah. What do you think, Sam?
I'd probably put it at 3.
3. Yeah, I would agree with that. Because Obi-Wan, no.
No, this was better than Obi-Wan. Book of Boba Fett was atrocious.
Yeah.
So I'd probably put this, 2 or 3.
Yeah. Well, at least we're excited for season 2. It's good to be excited about something Star Wars to some degree.
Thank you.
But that'll do it for our Ahsoka review. Guys, comment below if you like this season as a whole, if you like the finale. Let us know. If you got any questions for next week, we'll answer them about the finale. But that'll do it for our Ahsoka review. Well, we got a question. Question of the day. Eden, big fan. Eden sent this one in, and it is about Henry Cavill. And the question is, what is your favorite movie or TV show starring Henry Cavill? I'm going to go to Matt first because I know his answer.
Yeah.
What is it, Matt?
Mission Impossible Fallout.
Oh, whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
What do you think it was going to be?
Man of Steel.
That's a close second.
Really? Wow, this is news to me.
Well, because it's not favorite performance. It's my favorite movie or TV.
Oh, okay.
So my favorite actual,
film that has Henry Cavill in it
is Fallout. But my favorite performance is Man of Steel.
That's okay.
Yeah. He's awesome. That was Man of Steel was also my introduction to Henry Cavill.
Yep.
And I'm like, this guy's fucking awesome. I saw that. I go, that's Superman. And he's also awesome in Fallout.
He is very good in Fallout because he's the villain. That's cool.
The
we
stash,
never see that.
dude. So definitely those two. But yeah, I guess his performance, Man of Steel, actual movie, Fallout.
Yeah, because Eden said The Tudors, which was the British TV show, which I'd never seen before, but I knew he started out in that.
It's very old, and it looks season 1 looks very cheap. Yeah,
but like early 2000s.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Sam, what do you got here?
3 words, RJ.
Wow.
Man of Steel.
Those are 3. I like that. Yeah, you can't go wrong with that. I mean, I'm going to go Enola Holmes.
Wow.
Yeah,
really?
No.
Is that with 11?
Yeah,
Oh.
it's not. It's Man of Steel. But
okay.
you know, he plays Sherlock in that.
He does.
Make a good Sherlock.
They're a
over
good duo.
RDJ, really?
Have you seen it?
They're a good
it
duo.
all right?
I've seen both of them, actually.
Over Robert Downey.
Those movies were weird. Guy Ritchie ones.
They were out there.
I did see those in theaters though.
I thought
Weirdly
they were
enough.
cool. The
Jude
punch
Law's
in the
good.
face
Rick
with the
McAdams
slow-mo
in that.
punch
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
face.
She
That
is.
stuff is cool, you know?
But no, I
don't know.
gotta go Man of Steel. I mean, he's Superman to me, but he
Superman.
was great in Mission Impossible.
I'm going to throw a wrench. I
Yeah,
got a wrench to throw.
I love a good wrench.
Hey.
Witcher, season 1.
Yep.
Oh, I like
Season
that.
1.
Yeah.
I
Geralt.
like The Witcher, and that was my introduction to Henry Cavill because, you know, I'm not a big superhero guy. I
Yep.
knew he was Man of Steel. Like, I knew where he was about and about, but The Witcher, him walking around,
Yeah. He was very good in that.
he
role.
was
That
really good
perfect
in
for
the
him.
first
Yeah.
in the first Witcher. It was really interesting. The whole storyline of season 1 is very good. They're starting to fall off with the other crap, but yeah, I'd
Sam?
say The Witcher.
Well, I was gonna say, I'm surprised you didn't make an odd to that show, The Witcher.
Oh, The Witcher.
Yeah.
I didn't watch season 2. I don't know.
Yeah,
And I didn't
watch
really
it.
like the books either. I don't know. But the video games are very popular, and I think he was great in that role because he's not like he doesn't have the most range. So like a role like that is like perfect for him as Geralt.
Body.
Man from U.N.C.L.E. I haven't seen that, but I've heard people really like that. It's kind of like his Bond-esque role. But I'm looking at his movies right here, and he's really not in a ton of good movies. The best is yet to come, maybe. I don't know. We'll
you go.
see.
Yep.
Hopefully now
Argylle.
Yeah, right.
Argylle, not a good start.
It'd be interesting to see if Argylle would be it'd be a good preface to like a James Bond kind of character because he's playing a spy in this one. And then, you know, it might seal the deal for him if I don't know. Who did they say is going to be Bond? Do we know yet? No.
We don't know yet, but Sam, last week we were talking about rumors that Christopher Nolan might be doing the next Bond. And we were talking about, you know, who he may be casting. Aaron Taylor Johnson was the name that came up, who's playing Craven. He was in Tenet.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. You got to wonder. I feel like if Nolan steps in, he's going to want one of his guys.
But see, I don't like a Cillian Murphy Bond. Like,
I would like that. I think it'd be too similar to Daniel Craig, though.
yeah.
It'd be that gritty, like, I'd love Cavill.
If you're gonna go gritty or badass, I would love. I know he's older. I'm just
Idris
saying
Elba?
Idris or a Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy.
I think Tom Hardy would be great.
would be
Yeah.
such a cool take on Bond.
Yes.
And you could do it like as if Bond's been out for a while and he comes back out of retirement.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
that kind of, and he's gravelly and with the. Oh, it'd be so
I think
good.
Nolan's got a good set of actors he works with that could all
definitely.
play Bond.
Mm.
Even Robert Pattinson.
Get a good
I think
roster.
it's too late now because he's but
Vengeance.
you could do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to pick Sam. Who'd you like?
I don't have one at the moment.
All
I
right,
feel
all
like
right.
we need a little bit more information.
Yeah.
Before I could make a pick.
It's great.
I like Idris Elba though. Everyone wants Idris Elba to do it, but I think he's just too old. They want to go in a different
That
direction.
doesn't make any sense to me. I like an older Bond, you know?
Well,
he's this sexy 60-year-old black guy.
You know
I mean,
what-
you can't go wrong. You know what I mean? As a
Right.
Bond, it'd be such a cool take
You know what
on
the
it, no?
issue is? Is it's this like
Is he 60 yet? He's old. He's older.
He's not 60 yet, but he's up there. I think
Yeah.
he's the same age as Craig. But I think the issue is in this day and age now after the MCU, all these things want longevity. There's no more like
it's so
there's no more
annoying.
one-off. Like why can't we just have a one-off of Idris Elba while they're trying to figure out the next young Bond? Put a Idris Elba Bond movie out, just one-off,
sick.
isolated. Like
So
do that.
sick.
I'd
Yeah.
like it. They used to do that. I mean, I think Roger Moore. Like there were a few actors who only had one Bond movie.
Yeah.
You know, it's like sometimes they stick, sometimes they don't.
It
I
is
don't-
tradition, though, to like have, you know, like Sean
Maybe a
Connery
few.
had, what, 5? I mean, and
I
then they
think
had the
so.
other guy who had,
Craig
you know,
had what, 5 or
yeah,
5?
like they have like
Pierce
longevity.
Brosnan had a few.
Yeah. They like to do the, you know.
If they're good, then do it. But I think Idris Elba deserves
I think a
it.
good one-off Idris Elba James Bond movie would be fucking cool.
Yeah.
I'd like
Who would you have direct it? The Idris Elba one.
Oh, that's interesting. Michael Bay. No, I'm just
Michael-
kidding.
What about Fincher?
Fincher,
That'd be
Idris
weird.
Elba? Yeah, it'd be kind
Be
of weird.
a little dark.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Fincher's a nut. Oh, speaking of Fincher, though,
Yeah.
he has that other one coming out
The
with
Killer. with
with
Fassbender.
Voldemort.
Could be a good Bond too.
yeah.
I
yeah.
could see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
I
got
don't
it.
know.
Well, thanks for the question, Eden. As always, send them in, guys. We'll answer them. We love the questions. Comment down below. What's your favorite Henry Cavill? Who'd you pick as James Bond? What do you think of Matt's outfit today?
Oh,
How you doing?
thanks,
What do you think of RJ's mustache?
Yeah. Travis Kelce. All right.
Swifties.
We cut to Taylor Swift just so our numbers go up too, you know?
Right.
Oh, but I gotta do the announcement.
You do have to do an announcement.
I gotta do
I
that.
will say before you do that though, everybody's complaining. I'm sure Matt, you're complaining too. They show more Taylor Swift
they
than
do.
they show the game.
Yeah,
now
no,
these
seriously.
days.
Oh, they do. It's crazy. One of the fantasy
fucking
apps
insane.
like replaced Kelsey's picture with Taylor Swift too last week.
Not just that, but Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively were at the game too.
And Hugh Jackman and Sean Levy, the director of Deadpool 3.
We're all there.
No action on the broadcast. No action at all.
Oh no!
Can you believe
It
that?
certainly was a broadcast, right, Sam?
Sure.
All right.
Oh my god!
Well, we got an announcement though here from the Movie Mob podcast.
We do indeed.
I'm moving. I'm moving to LA. So, big change, obviously. We're going to take a slight hiatus here. So, next episode is going to be the last episode for a bit.
Episode 69.
Yeah, it's 69. It timed out perfectly. Who could ask for anything better?
I thought about it.
Yeah. I did too. I was like, should we end it this week? 69's right there. We're on the cusp. But we're going to take a month hiatus, probably, November? Nick? Yeah. Around
November,
November. We're going to pop back probably around December. Hopefully more news and stuff will come. I'll get settled in, and we're going to figure out the next steps for the podcast. But thanks to all the fans for watching. We're going to disappear for a little, but stay alert.
Yeah,
Put the notifications on.
Keep
you
the
got the Nick
notifications
Williams
on.
show. It's going to keep you comfy. All right? For those cold winter months, sit down.
Yeah, I'll be there to rally you up and get the blood pumping, you know?
Yeah, but we'll be back. One more episode next week. So send in like 50 questions, all right?
Yeah,
Make up for all the 68 episodes.
And
we
we're
didn't
not
get
going
going.
anywhere. This is a hiatus. It's
Yes.
not a final episode.
It's not a goodbye. It's a see you later.
Yes.
There
And
you
we
go.
may be restructuring, doing some new things. Come back bigger than better. Bigger than ever. Bigger than Irish.
Bigger than better.
But guys, as always, like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Movie Mob Podcast drops every Friday at 6 p.m. right here, right now. Sam, thanks for coming on.
How you doing?
Right.